So I've been trading for over 10 years or 10,000 hours. I'm actually not sure, whichever one comes first. And in today's video, I wanted to share with you a mistake that I learned over the last 10, 12 years. So hopefully you can learn from those silly mistakes and potentially get success much quicker. And the lesson I wanted to teach you is about trading mastery. So it's about having a healthy obsession for trading. So let me tell you a story. So I first got into trading back in uni. This was in 2009. I recall coming to uni and I walked to my friend's dormitory, walked into his room, and he was trading binary options on his laptop. And as soon as I walked in, he was sat there and he had made like 200 pounds. I was like, what are you doing? And he showed me, he's like, oh, I'm just trading. I just made 200 pounds in the last half an hour, or in the last hour or whatever. I was like, is that real money? He's like, yeah, it is real money. And then I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And I left his dormitory and I went to lectures. And a couple of hours later, I came back in and he had lost everything. That was it. He made $200 a couple of hours ago, and then 2 hours later, he lost everything. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is what got me hooked. But I didn't realize that I was actually getting into a trading addiction. Now, this is how addicts are born. This is like the wrong way to do things, because I was addicted to the rush. I was addicted to the potential to make money rather than actually being obsessed with the technique on how to make money. Now, obviously, I didn't do any back testing. I didn't do any forward testing. I didn't get a mentor. I didn't do anything right. I just thought, hey, you know what? This thing has the potential to make me money. So I'm going to do what I can to make money out of it. That is the wrong way of doing things, because you don't really get good at something just because you want to. You have to actually get obsessed with all the intricacies and all the day-to-day and all the little things. So we all know that guy who is always talking about trading. He's always back testing. He's always watching videos. He's always trying to make it better. He's always trying to do something to, make his trading a little bit better. So you are in the right path when all you think about is trading. All you think about is when you're in the shower, you think about it. When you're walking your dog, you're thinking about it. When you're dreaming about trading, when you're dreaming about how to make it better, rather than just like, oh, how can I make as much money as quickly as possible? That's the right obsession. That's the right way, because now you're actually into the thing. You're doing it because you enjoy the thing. There's no intrinsic motivation. There's no extrinsic motivation, sorry. So you have the person who is broke, right, and wants to make money. But the issue is that this guy wants to be here, but he still has to walk across the bridge. And unfortunately, this here is the final boss. But you still have to beat all these demons on the way. And you can't walk this bridge if you don't enjoy the journey. The long back testing hours, the trial and failure, the money you pay mentors, the money you probably lose from forward testing, because chances are, when you get into this, you're not going to make money the first year, the second year, maybe even the third year. It might take you a while. Not everyone is the same. Some people figure this out very, very quickly. If you do the right things the first time, you'll figure this out quickly. But chances are, you are going to fuck it up. So let me give an example. So we all know that guy who, well, if you're a guy here, tell yourself the truth. You started going to the gym not because you wanted to be healthy. You didn't care about living to a ripe old age of 120 before you died. You just wanted to look good and get laid. Let's be honest. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with getting laid. Getting laid is amazing. But if you just start going to the gym without actually enjoying the intricacies of going to the gym, you're not going to go to the gym for very long. So I use that particular example because that was me, I started going to the gym because, I was just this little skinny fat immigrant from Nigeria, very bad social skills, could barely understand the language. And obviously nobody wanted to touch that. No girl wanted to touch that. So I thought, hey, you know what? How can I make myself more attractive so I can get laid? Oh, I know. I'm going to start going to the gym. The problem is going to the gym is hard, literally. Like you pay someone, like if you actually think about it, if you actually think about what it means to go to the gym, is that you pay someone money so that you can come and lift heavy weights that will break down your muscle, literally rip your muscles into little tiny pieces. And so when it grows back together, you might become bigger and stronger. That's essentially what it is. And now you're telling me that for me to get laid and find a girlfriend, I have to do this for how long? Every day for how long? That's crazy. You're not ever going to be able to do that long enough to get the results. So how do you get the result? So I use that particular going to the gym example because, that was me. Now, when I first moved to London in 2015, 2009, and I was just this little Nigerian immigrant, little skinny fat, could barely speak the language, and I actually got lost at the airport. Funny story. I couldn't understand, and I spoke English when I moved to England, but the accent is different. If you've ever been to East London, you understand people don't even speak English. Half the time they're not even speaking English. It's like broken English and all that kind of stuff. Then you move a bit far west, and it's like really, really like posh, really, really like different type of accent. So I couldn't really understand what man was saying anyway. So it wasn't until I got into the routine of like getting obsessed with like going to the gym, getting obsessed with like how to train hypertrophy, getting obsessed with like how to eat healthy, getting obsessed with like increasing my social skills, increasing my mindset, increasing my personal worth. It wasn't until I started leveling up and enjoying the process of leveling up. And then fast forward 14 years, and then here we are. So essentially, how you become a master at trading is to make the process the goal. So it wasn't until I became obsessed with lifting, and then I blinked and I was jacked. So I shifted my obsession from wanting to get laid to just becoming a better lifter. Don't get me wrong, getting laid is great. There's nothing wrong with getting laid. It's fine, it's amazing, but it's just not gonna get you very far, because you're gonna run out of steam long before you get there. So you're an animal. I hope you're a human being watching this. So you're an animal, right? So you move based. A lot of the decisions you make are based on emotion. So if you're gonna wake up every day and go torture yourself for the prospect of maybe sometime in the future making $1 million and retiring, or maybe finding the love of your life after years in the gym, if that's the only reason why you wake up every day, then you're not gonna wake up every day for very long. Your body, that long-term motivation, that long-term goal, that's your North Star, right? That's where you're going. But the thing is, you need little crumbs every day to get you out of bed. Because if you're just relying on this big goal that is so far away from you, far away from where you are now, you're going to lose motivation long before you get there. So that's the problem. Now, how do you do this? Again, get obsessed with the process. So again, like in my case, a younger version of me could not get laid in an all-female prison because I just didn't have the motivation. My motivation was fucked up. So if you're going to wake up every day and want to achieve a goal, you have to give yourself little treats along the way. So my treat was essentially, let me see if I can do this workout better. And every time I go to the gym, I go on YouTube and I find a really interesting workout that is difficult but not too difficult, and I try to follow that person. And anytime I go to the gym and I do that, there's a huge dopamine release, there's a huge serotonin, all these nice neurotransmitters. It is released into your bloodstream. It makes you feel like you're going somewhere. Just that act of waking up every day and getting better gets addictive, and then eventually you open your eyes and you're there. So it's almost like the goal is almost irrelevant, and you have to focus on the process, because the truth is that is where you're gonna be stuck for the majority of the time anyway. So as you get to the goal, it's kind of like, doesn't matter anymore. That's the weird thing. As soon as you become a really good trader, you look back and you're like, oh my god, is that it? Like if you become successful and you start making money and it clicks for you, that only happens when you know that you are gonna get there because you're doing the actual work. And eventually, when you open your eyes and you're trading well, it's not even a surprise anymore. It's not as satisfying as you think it's gonna be. The journey, getting better, doing the back testing, waking up at 4 a.m., geeking out over it, that's actually what makes you that's actually what makes this fun. It's all a game. Just play the game. So essentially, if you're trying to get jacked, forget about the women. If you're trying to become good at trading, forget about the money. Focus on the process, make it obsessive, and the focus on mastery, and then the results will come, guys. It's a quick video I'm making today. Hopefully this makes sense. If you enjoyed it, obviously drop a like, share it with someone you think is gonna get value. If any questions, put in the comments. And if you want to have a chat with me again, spots are still open for the one-to-one consult with me. So have a look in the description for a link to my calendar and have a chat with me if you wish. Click on the link and book a call, and I will speak to you guys in the next video. Peace.